The average lifespan of most sports utility vehicles is about 200,000 miles. Of course, there are others that I'll share a link to later in this video, which can clock 300,000 miles and beyond. But let's face it, such SUVs cost an arm and a leg, thus mostly unaffordable for most people. But what happens when you are an SUV diehard with a small budget? Well, you have to think secondhand. However, what can help you land a good deal is looking at the mileage you are left with, and 100 miles is not a bad starting point. A used vehicle with at least 100,000 miles left on it will likely last you another 8 to 10 years, which is not a bad deal. It's essential, however, to mention that such vehicles require extra scrutiny than a new or younger one. So mileage shouldn't be the only consideration. For instance, you should consider the service history, driving history, make, model, and warranty. Now back to the SUVs, I prepared a list of 10 of the best used SUVs to consider buying with 100,000 miles on them. These SUVs should give you better value for money if you do your due diligence properly or find someone who can help you do it. Let's jump into it. Number 1. Toyota Sequoia. According to a recent car lifespan study by iCars.com, no car enjoys a longer lifespan than the Toyota Sequoia. At 296,509 miles, the Sequoia outlasts other SUVs, trucks, minivans, sedans, hatchbacks, and hybrids. Given that the first Sequoia was produced in 2001, many of the first generation up to the 5th generation are likely still on the road. If we round off its 296,500 mile lifespan, we'll look at 24 to 30 years. If you do a quick math, the first generation is now 23 years. So if you can get a used Toyota Sequoia with 100,000 miles on it, you'll get a fantastic deal. Overall, you are not just getting the most extended mileage, but also a full-size 5-door SUV with a 5-passenger capacity, ample cargo storage, quality interior, and sharper styling. Number 2. Ford Expedition. The Ford Expedition enjoys a lifespan of 244,682 miles according to iCars.com, which is remarkable. This full-size 3-row SUV was first introduced by Ford in 1997 to succeed the infamous Ford Bronco. Since then, the Expedition has endeared itself in the hearts of many families in the United States and around the globe. The 4-door SUV took the runner-up position during the 2018 North American International Auto Show. In 2020, Consumer Reports added this vehicle to its recommended list, owing to its high owner satisfaction and reliability score. So you'll be getting a proven performer and a reliable machine when you get a Ford Expedition. But what is more, you'll be getting a best-in-class, given that the Expedition can pull more than 9,000 pounds, has no problem going off-road, and can hit 60 meters per hour in under 5 seconds if you get the most recent model. Number 3. Toyota 4Runner. The Toyota 4Runner has several selling points, making it easy to win consumers over. On top of the list is reliability, where the mid-size SUV enjoys a powerful engine and unmatched off-road capability. This 4-wheel drive can take on literally everything you throw at it. Its recent inclusion of the Toyota Safety Sense-P technology offers the most innovative safety and driver assistance innovations like forward collision warning, automatic braking, adaptive cruise control, pedestrian detection, and lane departure warning that are likely to prevent a crash. Subsequently, most recent owners will likely cling to the 4Runner, which means you'll be fortunate to get a recent model with 100 miles. The versatile SUV is reasonably priced, hence a used version will be cheaper, but again, it's all about doing your due diligence properly. Number 4. Honda Pilot. The Pilot is one of the few SUVs that most owners have stayed loyal to over a decade, which speaks highly of its reliability and technical quality. Since its production in 2003, this mid-sized 3-row crossover SUV remains Honda's largest SUV. but surprisingly its maintenance is relatively low compared to other SUVs of similar size. Rarely does this SUV need a mechanic, thus if you can get 100,000 miles on it, that will be surely a juicy deal. iCars.com estimates Honda Pilot's lifespan to be about 236,807 miles, meaning 100,000 miles equals slightly less than half its lifespan, which is fair. But overall, this 5-door SUV is a fantastic family car with ample car storage space. Number 5. Acura RDX. If you're looking for a luxurious crossover sports utility vehicle, you can't look past the Acura RDX. This glamorous compact SUV can hit 228,472 miles according to iCars.com. And that makes 100,000 miles such a fair deal. The Acura RDX has one advantage over other SUVs. Its Acura Watch intuitive safety and driver assistance system integration, which boasts the chance of driving the SUV for a long time. Innovations like collision mitigation braking, lane keeping assist, and adaptive cruise control reduce the chance of crashing and damaging the car and boosts its lifespan. You probably don't know this, but Honda makes Acura, but unlike most Honda vehicles, the Acura RDX is more luxurious. So imagine your ever-reliable Honda with touches of luxury and extra mileage. That's Acura RDX for you. Wait a minute, I know you're enjoying this video. What about you give me a thumbs up by liking it, then subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay updated on our latest epic videos. Let's continue. Number 6. Honda CR-V. Talk of another SUV with a loyal attraction. Most Honda CR-V owners have kept their cars for over a decade, and it doesn't take a genius to figure out why. This compact 5-door SUV is quite popular because of its reliability. It doesn't break down often and is cheaper to fix when it does. It's also versatile to take on harsher terrains, and more importantly, it's fairly priced despite looking like an expensive luxurious car. It's also decent and fuel efficient since it clocks up to 34 miles per gallon on highways. Honda CR-V has a powerful powertrain, giving it the dominance it enjoys on old roads. Plus, it offers lots of usable space and a uniquely rugged exterior style. All those make it appealing to most SUV enthusiasts, especially mid-size families. Number 7. Subaru Outback. The Subaru Outback is another mid-size crossover 5-door SUV with incredible mileage. According to iCars.com, the Outback can comfortably hit 208,298 miles, meaning getting 100,000 miles on a used option is not a bad deal. Interestingly, a big chunk of Outbacks that were ever made are still on the road today, which indicates their technical and build quality. Most users complain of minor repairs and maintenance issues, so you won't have to spend a fortune fixing this SUV. One thing I like about the Subaru Outback is its well-built interior, spacious cargo area, and comfort. But more importantly, the SUV is decently fuel efficient, especially on the city roads, where it averages 33 miles per gallon. All those factors, combined with its long mileage, make the Outback a good investment even if used. Number 8. Kia Sorento. The Kia Sorento dates back to 2003, when its first model was produced, making it the mid-size crossover 5-door SUV 2 decades old. On average, the Kia Sorento can last 200,000 miles with good maintenance, so probably the first edition is on its last kicks. However, if you target something from 2013, you will likely have 100,000 miles or more. This South Korean SUV may be small by design, but it has a spacious second row and an excellent powertrain that make it worth it. It doesn't break down easily and it's fuel economical, things you want from your day-to-day commuter vehicle. Its comfort is another key highlight, and it's hard to look beyond its classy interior and exterior. So while there are still concerns about its small cargo space and tight third row, buying this used SUV is never a bad deal. Number 9. Jeep Wrangler. The Jeep Wrangler is known for two things: durability and versatility. And those are reasons enough to get this SUV if you can get 100,000 miles on it. Since premiering in 1986, the Wrangler has won the hearts of many SUV lovers due to its truck-like handling. Unlike most SUVs, which are mostly all about luxury and comfort, the Wrangler is all about raw brutality. It's the closest thing you may want to a Ford Ranger off-road due to its superior off-road handling. The iconic truck equivalent SUV looks fantastic and feels good to ride, but more importantly, it's prepared to take all the physical abuse. Depending on usage, maintenance and terrain, the Wrangler, while new, can last 100,000 to 280,000 miles. So you must adequately research to get a used option with at least 100,000 miles left. And when you do, you can dominate the off-road for another 8 to 10 years. Number 10. Ford Escape. Depending on factors like maintenance, driving behavior, terrain and location, a Ford Escape can run from 130 to 250,000 miles. So if you look carefully, you can find a used option with 100,000 miles or more miles on it. Ford Escape remains a good buy if you do your homework well. This SUV is decent on fuel consumption, spacious enough for a 5-member family, and doesn't cost an arm and a leg to maintain like most SUVs. These are some reasons you may want to cling to this sports utility vehicle if you own one. The Ford Escape has been in production since 2000, so most of its initial generations are still on the road. Now, here is the video for the 10 best SUVs that can last you over 300,000 miles that I promised you. Find out which of the already shared SUVs make this hot list too. See you there.